We have Sully Sexton, Stone Cummins, Tanner Goins, and Russell Lindsay. And Max Oglesby couldn't be here with us, but we're glad these young men are here with us, and they'll be with us here, chatting with them here in a little bit. But Jody, once again, thank you for being here, and you know, the phone lines are open. You see the numbers there on the screen. First thing I'd like to do, I'd like to give a shout out to one of the sister programs there at Anderson County, the Anderson County Lady Mavericks volleyball team.
Yes, sir.
They are competing in the state tournament in Murfreesboro, Class AA state tournament, and they won again today and advanced to the winners bracket finals. They won yesterday. They defeated Greenville in straight sets, and today they played 4 sets. They lost the first set, but came back to win 3 in a row. So they have advanced to the winners bracket finals. They will be playing tomorrow in Murfreesboro. They've been playing at Blackman High School. I think the match gets underway. I think it's 2:30 Central Time and be 3:30 Eastern. So we wish the Lady Mavericks all the luck there. It's an outstanding program. I think this is their 16th state tournament. They were state champions in 1999, and they've been runner-up about 4 or 5 times. They were finished 4th last year, and they're back this year. They won the sub-state, defeated Sullivan Central, and they also captured the region championship as well last week. So head coach Jamie Smith and assistant coach Dale Cantrell is doing a great job. It's just a really outstanding program Lady Mavericks have in volleyball.
Yes, they do well every year, seems like.
Right, and they have a senior-dominated team. I think I mentioned they play Nolensville tomorrow. Nolensville won the state last year. If I'm not mistaken, they defeated Anderson County 2 times last year. If I'm not mistaken, I might be mistaken on that. But Nolensville, I believe, is the team to beat. But the Lady Mavericks, I believe, right now makes them 34-7 on the season, and they've been ranked in the max preps this year. They were in the top 20 programs across the country, I believe. So really doing a really good job. So you can get down there to Murfreesboro, check out the Lady Mavericks tomorrow. I'll give a shout out also to Elizabeth Brown McMurray. She's been streaming all the games live on Facebook, so it's great. She does a great job, and she's a hoot to listen to. And but her daughter plays, Morgan McMurray, really outstanding player. They have a lot of outstanding players on that team, so we wish them the best of luck. Going to go here. Our question of the night is who should be starting quarterback for the University of Tennessee Saturday as they take on the number 2 ranked Alabama Crimson Tide. That is the question of the night. Who should be the starting quarterback for the Vols this Saturday? Call in, give us your opinion and what you think about it. You know, of course, last Saturday, everybody knows the Vols lost to Kentucky 34-7. It's the worst loss. Kentucky's the most lopsided margin since 1935. So he got away from the Vols. We know all what happened, but if you want to, you can call in. We'll talk about that a little bit later in the show. Looks like we got a call coming in right off the bat. It's Locker Room Chat.
Yes, this is Jerry Graham. and I want to give a shout out to Coach Cummins there.
How you doing, Jerry?
Hey, buddy. I was just going to let you know that I really appreciate you being so good to Nick. And that man right there is the master of keeping kids underweight on cutter ball.
That's been a long time
I
ago.
tell you and Stone, good luck in the playoffs, and we'll be watching for you and rooting for you.
Hey, Jerry.
Yeah.
Did Jody coach you in Optimist?
No, Jody ain't that old.
Well, that's true. Yeah, he's not. We're not that far behind us, are you? But
he probably remembers Bob Stinning and Shane Edwards.
he coached your son, Nick.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes, him and his family is real good to Nick, and we had some good times over at South Clinton. I'm just going to wish him good luck, and we'll be rooting for him and Stone and the rest of the Mavericks.
Did Nick have to run some laps to lose some weight?
Well,
back in the day,
we had to pop some water pills in him early in the morning.
Right.
But Jody always kept him underweight, and then after he made weight, his wife would take Nick and feed him all kinds of food. So they was real good to him.
Yeah, Jody's been around a long time, and
he's a good one.
Does a great job with the kids.
Yes. But y'all, I'll listen to you, and good luck, Jody.
I appreciate it, Jerry.
Give us your opinion. Who should be the quarterback Saturday for the Vols?
Well, anybody but JG.
Well, that's a pretty good answer.
I think now, that, they just need to put Maurer in there, put Bailey in there, and just prep them for the next season. That's my opinion, but,
I agree with you.
But
JG's
anyway, I'm not the coach, so I told my boss today at work, I said, the Garantano family, their family must be the mafia or something. They must have something on Pruitt or something. But I ain't the coach, so we'll see what happens Saturday.
Right, yeah, I trust Coach Pruitt. Last year he took him out, ended up bringing him back in. He always said he gave the Vols the best chance to win, but this is his third year, Pruitt, and this is the best quarterback he's got. So I don't know what that says, but I'm with you. I think you ought to bring in some of those younger kids, and we're not winning now pretty much, and we lost the last two anyway. So
right, go ahead.
Can't hurt.
Get the game experience the rest of the year, and you'll have winter workouts in spring and summer. So that's my opinion.
Exactly.
But anyway, y'all be good, and good luck, Jody, and we'll be rooting for you.
I appreciate it, Jerry.
All right, buddy. Bye-bye.
Thanks for calling in, Jerry. I like old Jerry. He played for the Dragons in the early 90s. Coach Brown, Coach Gaylor. He was on some of those really some good teams. I think his last year was the 91 season. So that sort of set the stage for the 92 team. Jerry was a captain for the Dragons. Played linebacker, I believe. So good guy. But Jody, what's your opinion on the Vols' situation at quarterback?
I'd say they could start just about anybody. I'm like Jerry. Anybody besides Garantano, it's not working for them.
Mm-hmm. That's our question of the night. Who should be starting for the Vols at quarterback this Saturday against the Alabama Crimson Tide? Right now, Jody, tell everybody out there a little bit about yourself. You're one of the coaches. Just tell us what all you are responsible for Anderson County. football?
I really just help on the field with whatever they need help with. I don't do a position. I help in the weight room more than anything. I've had a lot of experience lifting, and so I work with the kids. Craig Owens is actually the head strength coach, and I help him with some of the things that I've got experience with.
You mentioned you work with some of the stronger kids on the team. I know your background. We went to school together. I know you was always involved with weightlifting. I know your dad was big with weightlifting, and you've continued to do that. Since high school, you've always been involved with bodybuilding and weight training. And talk a little bit about, you said you work with some of the stronger kids on the team.
Well, my son Stone he's pretty strong, and what Coach Owens does is he usually works with the whole team, and then I have Stone has 5 or 6 kids that live with him, and so I usually work with those 5 or 6, the kids that use the heavier weight.
Now, how strong is Stone? We're going to have him on here in a little bit. I don't know if he would answer me or not. He's a little bit humble, I believe, but I know the young man is pretty strong. I got a story to share in a little bit, but he's one of the strongest players in the state, I would venture to say.
He's my son, so I don't like to say a whole lot about it, but I held a lot of teenage world records when I was younger, and I'm not anywhere close to as strong as what Stone is. He's probably the strongest high school kid that I've ever seen. Again, he's my son, so I don't want to say a whole lot about it, but he puts up some pretty unbelievable numbers.
Now, what all the Anderson County football program, I know back in the 90s, weight training has been big in football for a while, but back when we was in school, they had weights, but it seemed like it just took off in the 90s. I remember Coach Kerr at Anderson County always seemed like he was one of the first coaches around here to emphasize the weights really strong. And what all is involved? What all do y'all do with the weights? Everything, I guess.
Basically, the whole team does the core list. We do back squat, bench press, power cleans, front squats, and then they do some assistance work as well. Coach Owens works up the program for everybody, and then, like I say, Stone, we go in and spend a little bit of extra time doing stuff that we do on our own.
Did you play football in high school?
Yes, sir. I played at Clinton, and then played at Carson Newman.
Okay. I know you thought you played at Clinton. I didn't know you went on to Carson Newman.
Yes, sir.
You played for Coach Carson?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I guess you played with Larry Cannon and Bruce Creek.
They were 1 year ahead of me, but yeah, they were the big studs back then.
You was you were 78 class then. I was 79.
Yes, sir.
So talk a little bit about this Anderson County team this year. They're 6-2, undefeated in the region, ranked number 8 in the state. Got a big game Friday night for the region, pretty much for the region championship against East Hamilton. But just talk a little bit about this edition of the Anderson County Mavericks.
They're starting to gel really well now. There was a little bit of not as cohesive a unit at the beginning of the season as they are now. Honestly, I think they've probably got the best offensive line that they're as good as I've seen around, and defensively they're strong. Just a good bunch of kids that they're a joy to be around. I know that. They're strong physically. They have to be well conditioned because most of them play both ways. So,
right. I know Coach Davey Gillum, head coach of Anderson County. I think he's one of the top coaches in East Tennessee, if not the state. He's built a really good program. He was really high on the team this year coming in. He said he's not like that, but he was really, this team here, he said, he thought was his best team as far as most depth and just across the board talent. And it's proven to be, I know they have 2 losses, but one of those was to Powell, a 1-point loss, and a 2-point loss to South Doyle, which games I thought Anderson County could very easily won both those games, but the offensive line is a big key to this team, and on offense, obviously, and these guys, you say, go both ways. And I know last year's team, we lost some key players on the line. This year's team came in, some of the players sort of played other positions, I think, last year, and they sort of stepped in to fill those openings on the line this year. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My son Stone, as a sophomore, he played on the line, played left guard, and last year they moved him to H-back. This year he's back to playing left guard. So, I think we've only got one returning starter from last year on the line, is Russ Lindsay. Everybody else is new, but lots and lots of game experience with the kids that are in there.
That's pretty unique. You lose a lot of talent on the line from last year's team, and you pretty much mix and match, and this line here just seems like it's picking up where it left off last year.
Probably as small an offensive line as there is in 4A football, and really quick and athletic.
You think they're sort of small on the small side, I guess?
We're smaller than most everybody we play.
But they're strong.
Strong, yes, sir.
Right. Strong and quick.
Yes, sir.
I know Coach Gillum talked about, especially Russ Lindsay, how fast he is, and getting out there and pulling.
Yes, sir.
As well. But right now we're going to go ahead and take our first break. We're visiting with Coach Jody Cummins of the Anderson County Mavericks, and we're going to be coming back here and talk to some of the players that are here with him. And so be sure and stay tuned. And you're watching the Locker Room Chat.
Roan Metals Group has been serving East Tennessee for decades. Locally owned and operated with convenient hours of operation. Roan Metals buys all types of scrap metal. Nothing's too big or too small. Still have that clunker sitting around? We've been buying them for years. Roan Metals Group are specialists in industrial scrap. We have what it takes to get any size job done. Roan Metals urges you to recycle responsibly. Scrap with only licensed dealers. A member of the TSRA and the ISRI. Roan Metals Group. Turn that scrap into cash.
Pharmacy is your locally owned hometown pharmacy. They accept most insurances, so why go to the large chain pharmacies when you get better customer service at Muncie Pharmacy? Have a special prescription that needs compounding? Muncie Pharmacy can handle those needs as well. Muncie Pharmacy has a drive-through for your convenience and offers free delivery in the Oak Ridge area. And don't forget the gifts that we have available for all occasions.
Here at Muncie Pharmacy, we take the time to know you and treat you like family.
At Earl Duff Subaru, providing exceptional customer service is what we do best, and we've got the awards to prove it.
We've been recognized as Tennessee's only 9-time winner of the Love Promise Customer Commitment Award. And again this year, we also earned the Love Promise Community Commitment Award given for enhancing the areas we serve. At Earl Duff Subaru, we're more than just a car lot. We're a retailer you can love and one that gives back to local causes. Check out our reviews that come to Earl Duff Subaru in Harriman.
The 20 models are almost gone. Don't miss your chance to choose 0% financing on all remaining 20 Outback models at Earl Duff Subaru.
Live and Let Live Drugstore in downtown Rockwood is your gift destination. Shop the new plush selection for that special someone. We have Bath & Body Works popular fragrances and custom gift baskets too. Live and Let Live has a wide selection of gift and home decor for any occasion, from yard flags to selected jewelry, plus much more. We have Big Orange giftware always available year-round. And don't forget to enjoy a soda fountain treat while you shop. Live and Let Live Drugstore, Gift Shop, and Soda Fountain in downtown Rockwood.
Welcome back to the Locker Room Chat, and I'm joined here by Coach Jody Cummins of the Anderson County Mavericks. He works with the strength and conditioning of the Mavericks, and he's brought some of his players with him. One of them, none other than his son, Stone Cummings. We also have Sully Sexton, Tanner Goins, and Russell Lindsay as well, and we'll be chatting with them here in a little bit. Our question of the night is, who should be the quarterback for the Tennessee Vols as they take on the Alabama Crimson Tide this Saturday at 3:30? That's the burning question. We heard the question a lot last year, and it's reared its ugly head again. I mean, you heard questions before the season about it, about the quarterback situation, and so the Vols are back here once again. So it's a disappointing loss Saturday to Kentucky, and you got Alabama coming in. It's got to get better. Coach Pruitt, he fired his defensive line coach, citing psychological differences. I think I saw something before I came in here about the quarterback situation. He's just going to put in there he thinks could do the best. So, it's going to be a tough game against Alabama, but hopefully the Vols will make a better appearance than what they did last week.
We read something this weekend, said that it had been 5,000 days since Tennessee had beaten Alabama. That's a long time.
5,000 days, yeah. I think it's 2006 maybe, or
I'm not sure when it was.
Got a good streak going. I know Tennessee's lost, I think it's now 35 straight games against top 10 teams. So it's been a long road to hoe, but we came in, the Vols were up to number 12 in the country, after the first 2 weeks going into the Georgia game. But that 8-game winning streak, I think 4 of the wins were against Missouri and South Carolina. So it was a little bit of fool's gold there. Tennessee still hadn't beaten a top 10, 15 team, maybe even a top 20 team last year. So but we have some good recruiting classes. So hope the Vols they just need a quarterback. I need to get that situation rectified. I know we got one coming in next year. a dual threat type quarterback, but we got quarterbacks there now on the roster. You know, Brian Mauer came in last year, gave him a spark. JT Shrout, and you got the freshman Homer, Harrison Bailey. He's been quarantined a little bit, and he's not had much practice time. So it's just a tough situation right now. I think Mauer's had the hamstring issue. Maybe we can get that rectified soon.
They need to do something.
Right now, we're going to meet some of these young men for the Anderson County. They're called the Five Horsemen. I think I've heard Richie Noe dub them that. We got 4 of them here tonight. Let's go ahead and meet these young men. Sully, go ahead and introduce yourselves. Go down the line, guys. Introduce yourselves. Tell us what grade you're in, what position you play.
I'm Sully Sexton. I play center, and I'm a junior.
I'm Tanner Goins. I'm a senior, and I play right tackle and defensive end.
I'm Stone Cummins. I'm a senior, and I play linebacker and left guard.
I'm Russell Lindsay. I'm a senior. I play right guard and linebacker.
Well, Coach Cummins, talk a little bit about these men, young men right now. I know you're proud of them.
They're a good bunch of guys. Like I said, the only one that's missing is Max Oglesby, and it's an honor to get to work with them every day. They worked all that they could during the off season with the stuff that was going on with the COVID to get stronger and bigger and faster, and it's paying off for them.
Mm-hmm. Russell, no, you play both ways. I guess all of y'all play both ways. I know you've scored a couple touchdowns this year, right, Russell?
Yes, sir.
I think Stone blocked a punt was against Clinton, and you scooped it up and scored, and then I think you had another interception in one of the games. What do you like the most? What do you like? A big hit? Do you like a big block, or you like scoring touchdowns? What gives you the biggest thrill?
Probably big hits. I'm more of a defensive guy, anyways. I love killing people.
So you play. What do you play on defense?
Right now I'm at D tackle, but I'm middle linebacker, defensive end, or defensive line, really, wherever they want me.
Do you call the signals on defense?
Do not. Me and Stone yell them out, but Coach Cross, he's signaling men from the sidelines.
Yeah, Coach Cross does a great job. Just the whole staff, really, at Anderson County. I'm real impressed. I meant to mention that earlier about the staff at Anderson County. We talked a bit about Coach Gillum and the staff.
In my there's as good a bunch of guys as there is around. A bunch of good Christian men, and wouldn't want my son around anybody else.
The defensive coordinator is Jonathan Chadwell.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. And offensive, I guess Coach Gillum, does he call the plays?
Coach Jesse and Coach Gillum.
Oh, yeah. Coach Jesse is the offensive coordinator.
Yes, sir.
Right. But yeah, you know, I see y'all practicing a lot. I work at the school up above there, and I see y'all up there every day, and I'm just real impressed with the structure of the practice. Look like a lot of little ants down there. Just there's no standing around. You got different groups. Everybody's doing something different. It's just. I've seen it for years, and I know they work really hard, and I'm just real impressed with the work ethic and the practices I see, and I think you can see that in the program. over the years.
The coaches put in a lot of work to get the practices as disciplined and well organized as they are.
Okay, guys, I'm going to ask y'all some questions. Russell, again, what's your favorite subject in school? You know, we talk about the academics, and do you have a favorite subject?
Probably history is my favorite. I'm a history guy.
You plan on going on to college and playing football?
Maybe. I love football. I'd like to continue.
What is your biggest memory? What do you like about playing for Anderson County?
Probably family and the brotherhood that we have. I came in freshman year thinking I was going to get, you know, like a normal freshman with the seniors and stuff with me starting, but they really just brought me in, and the brotherhood that we've made and with everybody, especially the offensive linemen, we're all just brothers. Love each other and we play for each other.
Stone, tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you're a wrestler as well. You went to the state tournament in wrestling. You played in the backfield last year. You played linebacker on the line this year. You're a versatile player as well. What position do you enjoy playing the most?
Whatever gets me on the field fastest. I do whatever.
I say you don't come off the field much, do you?
No, sir.
Are you on the kickoff team?
No, sir. They try not to put starters on special teams.
Right. Give me your, what's your favorite subject in school?
Probably PE or math. Probably PE, though.
Who's the PE teacher there?
Coach Chadwell and Coach Gillum.
Coach Gillum and who?
Coach Chadwell.
Coach Chadwell?
Yes, sir.
What do you think about Coach Jesse? He's a PE teacher there at Clinch River, where I work at.
Yes, I like Coach Jesse. He's a pretty cool dude.
Yeah. What are your plans for the future?
Hopefully get to go play college football somewhere and get my school paid for and get a degree and make sure my family's taken care of.
Would you like to wrestle in college? Your dad was telling me that you might like to do both.
Yes, sir. Whatever gets most of the college paid for, as long as I don't have to pay for it.
How strong are you?
I'm not as strong as my dad. I get by, I guess.
You say you're not as strong as your dad?
No, sir. No, sir. Never will be.
He's still. Jody said he's a fibber. I know you're a big weightlifter. I've seen some videos. What's your strongest lift?
Squat's my best lift.
Doing the squat?
Yes, sir.
How much can you squat?
The most I've ever squatted is 800. 800? Yes, sir.
800 pounds. Is that a record? They keep that up?
With Anderson County?
Or just...
like I say, he's the strongest high school kid that I've ever been around at 220-pound body weight to squat, and he's probably closer to 840 or 850 right now. But he just handles some crazy weights.
I know you have to be really careful when you're lifting that amount of weight. How much can you bench?
Probably around 530. I paused 500 2 weeks ago, but I'm probably at 530 if I don't pause.
530
yes,
on
sir.
the bench?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is your What do you think about playing for Anderson County? What do you like about playing for the Mavericks?
Just being around the guys. I love being here. I transferred in, and there's nothing like it. You can't compare any other high schools to it. It's pretty phenomenal. Like what Russ said, just the brotherhood and how much we love each other. It's pretty fun to be around.
So you transferred in from Webb, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, sir.
How do you like the atmosphere at Anderson County?
It's
on a
10,
Friday night.
It's 10 times what Webb was. Webb was, you had to give people tickets to come to their games. It's at AC, you have to fight to get one. It's a big deal. Definitely.
Does that fire you up when y'all come out? Your pregame when y'all come out on the field? Does that?
Oh, absolutely.
Get you fired up?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever wore that helmet you put on come out on the field?
Sometimes, yes, sir.
How do you get to wear that?
You have to be picked one of the offense, defense, or special teams captains of the week.
What is that thing you put on there?
It's I don't really know what Coach Russ welds them all. The offensive line coach, he does welding. He welds them all for us.
So you got more than one of them?
Yes, sir.
So y'all got the spike shoulder pads and the whole 9 yards, yeah?
Yes, sir.
I'm sure all the kids like that. Okay, Tanner, tell us a little bit about yourself. You're a senior?
Yes, sir.
How many years have you been starting?
I've been starting 2 years for Anderson County, but this is actually just my second year here. I transferred in as well. I transferred from Gibbs.
You transferred from Gibbs?
Last year, yes, sir.
You play on the line both ways?
Yes, sir, this year. Last year I just played defensive line. This year I'm starting both ways.
What position do you play?
I play right tackle on the offensive line and then defensive end on the defensive line.
Do you have any sacks?
I did. This year? I think I have a couple this year, and I had a pretty good season last year as well.
Now, Russell plays the other defensive end, right?
Yes, sir.
And Stone is the tackle?
Middle linebacker, yes, sir.
Oh, middle linebacker, that's right. Okay, Tanner, what's your favorite subject in school?
I'm definitely a math guy. Yeah.
Math guy?
Yes, sir.
You like algebra?
No, I was more of a geometry. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of algebra, but I like geometry. Big in shapes.
Who's the math teacher there at Anderson County?
Coach Sloan was my math teacher last year.
Coach Sloan, he's the wrestling coach, right?
And the defensive line coach.
Okay, I didn't know he was the defensive line coach. I didn't know that. Do you wrestle too?
No, I don't. I play baseball.
Baseball, okay. Coach Stooksbury.
Yes, sir.
I guess you played at Gibbs.
I did.
I know Gibbs has got a good baseball program.
Yes, sir.
And sorry about last spring with the season getting canceled. I know y'all got off to a real good start.
Yeah.
What do you play in baseball?
Catcher.
You're a catcher?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think I've read about you playing catcher. Are you going to be you going to beat Jacob Brock out at catcher this year?
Yes, sir. I hope to.
Jacob's a pretty good catcher. He can play a lot of positions. So you might have to move him to another position, right?
I hope so.
Yeah. What's your favorite memory of, your second year at Anderson County? What do you like about playing for the Mavericks?
I definitely love the community and the atmosphere, and also the brotherhood of when I first came in. It was special, just molding with the team like we did. And the atmosphere on Friday nights is definitely something new that a lot of places don't have.
Would you like to play Gibbs?
No, I would. Yes, sir.
I think they're 5A.
Yes, sir.
But all right, Sully, you're the junior on this bunch. You're the only junior on this team, right, on the line?
Yes, sir. On the offensive side. We got a couple on the defensive side.
What do you play on offense?
I play center.
Center, right? You told me that. You play defense?
No, sir.
You think you'll play defense next year?
It really depends. I doubt it, but I mean, you never know.
Is this your first year starting as a center?
Yes, sir.
Who was the center last year?
This is Gage Terry. He's really good.
He teach you a lot.
Yeah, he definitely helped me out with some technique and stuff.
Y'all had a real good line last year. Murphy, Papa Murphy, and Gage Terry. Who's give those guys? Who else was on that line last year?
You had Thomas Payne at left tackle. You had Matthew Murphy at left guard, and you had Gage Terry. And then Russ was still at right guard, and then you had Jacob McCall at right tackle.
Who was the last one?
Jacob McCall.
You used to go against them in practice, I guess, a lot.
Oh, yeah. I was definitely a scout team hitting bag.
Did you get some action last year?
Later on in the games, I did, yeah. Normally when we'd start subbing guys out, I'd get to go in.
Coach Cummins said you were the biggest on the line. I think you come in at 290 pounds.
Yes, sir.
So Stone, does he help you? Lift weights? Does he give you any pointers?
I'd say it's the other way around.
Other way around?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You give him pointers, right?
Oh, yeah. He definitely gives me some help.
What's that?
He definitely helps me out.
Oh, he helps you out?
Yeah.
How much can you bench?
We haven't really benched in a while. I'm not too good with arms, per se, but I'd say I'm around 240, 250 at this point.
Looks like you got some pretty good size arms there.
Thank you.
What's your favorite subject in school?
I'd say probably science.
Who's your science teacher?
It was actually our strength coach, Coach Owens.
Coach Owens, okay. That's good. You got a lot of your favorite teachers or not favorite subjects. You got a coach. That's always good. So where did you play middle school? Was you at Norris?
Yes, sir.
So what do you like about playing for Anderson County? I guess you grew up in Norris and wanted to play for the Mavericks, correct?
Yes, sir. Like what all they said, I'd say it's definitely the atmosphere, like the environment with all of our brothers out there. It's just a really big brotherhood. And then, like, you got all the fireworks on Friday night. We got a good coaching staff. It's just a really good atmosphere and environment.
I know you're a junior this year. Do you have any plans? What's your plans when you graduate?
I definitely plan on going to college and getting my degree, but I don't know if football's in the question or not. I'd say it probably is. I'd love to go play at a higher level.
Tanner, did I ask you that question? What do you want to do when you graduate?
No, sir, you didn't.
What would you like to do?
I'm hoping to play college baseball somewhere.
Are you getting some offers, some letters?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What about you, Stone? You getting some letters?
I get some, yes, sir.
That's pretty exciting, ain't it? You get colleges wanting you to come play. What about you, Russell?
I've got a few.
That's a great group of young men.
They're good guys. Really are.
Well, guys, I'm going to ask you a few more questions. Y'all got a big game coming up. East Hamilton Friday night, big for the region championship. I know y'all have not lost in that region since you moved into it in 4A. You're ranked 8th in the state. Sully, do you think y'all are underrated?
I'd say that's definitely been a thing coming into the season. Like the past couple of years, we've done really good in our region, but it still seems that we're getting placed underneath some people. Like, for example, East Hamilton, we've been ranked lower than them in a couple of different polls. So it's definitely been a chip on our shoulder.
Right. I know East Hamilton last week, they were ranked 5th, and they lost to Walker Valley. I think it was 40-12. They dropped to 9th. Y'all won 53-0 over Chattanooga Central, and y'all stayed at number 8. But you know, those polls, that's just polls. You know, you go on the field, and that's when you to prove it, ain't it? Polls is for fans and people like me, I guess, to talk about. It's always good to see your high school up there ranked pretty high. Sully, which team are you looking forward to playing? Are you just looking forward to Friday night, or are you looking down the road?
Well, I'm definitely looking forward to each Friday night that we get to play, but I definitely say Greenville would be a good one this year. So I haven't gotten to get to play them yet because it's my first year starting, but I feel like that'd be a good game to play.
Right. What about you, Tanner? What do you think about the game Friday night against Chattanooga? East Hamilton coming up.
I think the polls are definitely wrong, and I think we got something to prove Friday night.
Is East Hamilton, y'all played them last year. I know you played them. You went down there and played them. Do they have a lot of speed, or what's the weakness? Are they big, or?
Yeah, yes, sir. They have a couple of key players as far as their wide receiver, and their quarterback's pretty good, and they have a pretty good size offensive line.
Mm-hmm. Which team are you looking forward to playing?
Definitely Greenville again this year, because last year they put us out, and it's still bitter. So.
Right. Okay. Stone, I asked you the same thing. I know you've been on the team a few years. What's your thoughts on the tomorrow night? Friday night.
Just looking forward to playing. I'll try not to say Friday night.
Right. Looking forward to the playoffs starting, I guess.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Russell, what about you?
We're definitely gonna play with a chip on our shoulders. Nobody respects us in this region, really. But it's gonna be a game Friday night.
Guys, before you go, I'm gonna let y'all give a shout out there to anybody you'd like to say hello to. Russell?
Hey, Mom, if you're watching.
My dad's sitting right there. So
What about your mom?
She's over there.
Right. What about you, Tanner?
Yeah, I want to say hey to my mom and dad. If they're watching this, I'm not sure. And that's about all. Yeah, and my brother, yes. For sure, my brother, if he's sitting here watching this, Dakota.
Is that a younger brother?
He's my older brother.
Yes. What about you, Sully?
I'd say just my mom and dad. I don't know if they're watching or not, but shout them out.
What about Coach Gillum?
Oh, yeah. I'd say he's watching.
Yeah, huge shout out to you, Coach Gillum.
Y'all like playing for Coach Gillum?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Is he a player's coach?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. What do you like the most about Coach Gillum? Does he make it fun? Or he divvy out? He let a lot of assistants do all the screaming, or does Coach Gillum just? It seems like he's sort of more of a quieter type.
I think he makes it fun when it needs to be fun, but then when it's time to get down to business, we definitely do.
Uh-huh. What do you say, Stone?
I agree with Tigo. He's a cut up when it's time to be a cut up, but when it's not, it's time to go.
Which coach is the loudest?
Cross.
Coach Cross.
Coach Cross.
Coach Cross?
Yes, sir.
We call him a few of us call him the Tasmanian Devil. So he does a great job. I know, Coach. I know he does that where y'all come out and play football. You like football, all that.
Yes, sir.
He does that. So he does a great job as well. He got a really good coaching staff. What about Coach Chadwell?
One of the best in the state.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know why he's even coaching high school. He should be way above high school.
He's a whiz.
He needs to be with his brother, right?
Yes, sir.
They're at Jamie Chadwell at Coastal Carolina. Mm-hmm. Well, guys, I appreciate y'all coming in, and good luck to y'all Friday night and the next week, and then the playoffs start. But good luck, and hope y'all go all the way.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
You're welcome. Coach Cummins, anything you'd like to say before we go?
Just appreciate y'all having us here. It's an honor to be here.
Well, I appreciate you coming in and bringing these young men in with you, and it's been a joy. We got a call here.
Hello?
Locker room chat.
Hey, John, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing, Stormy?
Pretty good. Just watching the show here. Just wondered if you'd heard anything about the new classification system for next year. Is Anderson County going to be playing in the Knoxville area or Chattanooga?
You know anything about that, Coach Cummins?
I'm pretty sure we won't be in the Chattanooga region. Nothing's set in stone, but I believe we'll be in the Knoxville region.
Yeah, I know Anderson County, the TSSAA, they released the enrollment figures. I think it places them in 5A, so I expect them to be playing locally.
Yeah. What seems to be the feelings around the Anderson County football program? Are they looking forward to playing in the 5A more locally?
Absolutely.
I can't hear your Coach Cummings, John.
I'm sorry. We're looking forward to playing wherever they put us, but most of our non-region games are against 5A and 6A teams anyway, so I don't think it will be a big change for us.
Yeah, I'm curious. I know y'all been beating up on those Chattanooga teams, in the 50-0 range about every time. Is that the kids? Do your players get satisfaction out of that, or would they rather come up and play, close games like they did against Powell and South Door?
We kind of got locked into the Chattanooga region, and I think the kids like playing South Doyle, Powell. I know they'd like to play, other local teams who, again, I don't think Anderson County gets the credit that's due them. They're usually pretty good year in, year out. So
they're usually what?
They do pretty well year in, year out.
Yeah, I was just wondering if they, as a program, if they would rather be playing in the Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Anderson County area against, you got Powell, which they play now, then you've got Halls, real close, and of course they play Clinton, and you got Oak Ridge in the county. A lot of teams within, 15 miles of Anderson County. They wouldn't have to drive 100 miles to go play a game.
Absolutely. Not have to take the buses and stop in Cleveland for pregame and everything else.
Yeah. But anyway, it just doesn't seem right that a school from Anderson County like that would be playing down there in Chattanooga in a region that far away. It doesn't make sense to me. But I hope the Mavericks and Coach Gillum and all can get back up here in the local area. I think they would be a great addition to either Region 2 or 3, and it'd be, I think they would probably enjoy it better and get more recognition, I think.
Yes, sir.
I believe you're right. I think they would be competitive in 5A for sure.
4 or 5A, yes, 5A. Definitely. They're 5A caliber team right now. There's no question about that. I just wondered if, playing all those teams down there that are beating 50-0, if that really might hurt them as far as in the playoffs. I mean, like, the schools up here like Powell and West and Central, they're going out and playing, getting good competition week in, week out, and that seems to, I would think, help them be better prepared for the playoffs.
Right. I think a few years ago, I think their schedule probably may have hurt a little bit. That year, I think 2017, that was sort of the knock on AC, but they had Greenville beat up there, had an injury to the quarterback. He stayed in the game, but really hurt the team. Had a big lead. This last 2 years, they beefed up the schedule, put Powell, South Doyle on there, got Jefferson County. Of course, Jefferson County sort of has been down unusually. They're not usually like this, but
right.
They definitely have beefed up the schedule. I think it's helped them out. And
yeah.
I
was kind of surprised to see Sequoia. What class is Sequoia in the last game on the schedule? Are they 3A or?
No, they're in our region.
Oh, that's a region game, Sequoia?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I didn't realize they were that big of a school. They combined Madisonville and Von Orr, I think.
I believe that's who it was. Yes.
I think Anderson County, they was in 4A and about 4 years ago, and that's what their enrollment is. They're a 4A school, and they could move up. They elected to stay 4A. I know a lot of schools decided to move up. Central, South Doyle, teams like that decided to move up. Even Fulton. So it sort of left AC in a big ship in a small pond there, I guess, so to speak, but didn't really have any choice.
Well, you always have the choice to move up.
Well, yes, they could have moved up, but I think they wanted to play 4A, and
they wanted to play in the pond, the little pond.
Well, I mean, there were some good teams. Greenville, I think, a couple of years ago, they had, I think, one of the best team in the state. I think they could have beat.
Greenville wasn't in their region, were they?
No.
I'm talking about in the region.
Right, in the region? Right.
Yeah.
East Hamilton.
Greenville wasn't in the region.
No, but they have to beat Greenville to go to get where they want to be. But
yeah, that's true. That's true. Of course, that's going to vary year to year. Programs go up and down. I think, and the best thing is to stay close to home and play teams around you, and let the classification system come to you instead of you trying to go to it. But is your players or the Mavs still in there?
Yes.
If you got time, how about asking those guys who they would, what region they would rather be playing in, and did they get any satisfaction out of beating teams 50-0? And we'll be watching. Good luck to the Mavericks.
Okay, thank you for calling in.
You're welcome.
Well, right now we're going to go ahead and take a break, and we'll be right back with the Mavericks and last of that question. So you're watching the Locker Room Chat.
Live and Let Live Drugstore in downtown Rockwood is the premier pharmacy service location. Let our professional staff help with all your pharmacy needs, answer your questions, or help with your medication management with our Medicine on Time packaging system. We also offer medication therapy management to ensure you're receiving maximum benefits from your medication. Diabetes care is available with one-on-one consultations, or you can attend one of our monthly diabetes information classes. Live and Let Live Drugstore in downtown Rockwood.
We treat you like family at RMG. Bring your junk, cars, aluminum cans. We'll buy it on the spot and we'll pay you a lot. We treat you like family at RMG. Yeah, we treat you like family at RMG. Rome Metals, we treat you like family.
Rome Metals is located just off of Highway 27 between Herman and Rockwood.
At Earl F. Subaru, providing exceptional customer service is what we do best, and we've got the awards to prove it.
We've been recognized as Tennessee's only 9-time winner of the Love Promise Customer Commitment Award. And again this year, we also earned the Love Promise Community Commitment Award given for enhancing the areas we serve. At Earl F. Subaru, we're more than just a car lot. We're a retailer you can love and one that gives back to local causes. Check out our reviews that come to Earl F. Subaru in Harriman.
The 20 models are almost gone. Don't miss your chance to choose 0% financing on all remaining 20 Outback models at Earl Duff Subaru.
Muncie Pharmacy is your locally owned hometown pharmacy. They accept most insurances, so why go to the large chain pharmacies when you get better customer service at Muncie Pharmacy? Have a special prescription that needs compounding? Muncie Pharmacy can handle those needs as well. Muncie Pharmacy has a drive-thru for your convenience and offers free delivery in the Oak Ridge area. And don't forget the gifts that we have available for all occasions.
Here at Muncie Pharmacy, we take the time to know you and treat you like family.
Football is back, and OAB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OAB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OAB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 110,000 participants here in Tennessee who take part in high school sports.
Roan Metals Group has been serving East Tennessee for decades. Locally owned and operated with convenient hours of operation. Roan Metals buys all types of scrap metal. Nothing's too big or too small. Still have that clunker sitting around? We've been buying them for years. Roan Metals Group are specialists in industrial scrap. We have what it takes to get any size job done. Roan Metals urges you to recycle responsibly. Scrap with only licensed dealers. A member of the TSRA and the ISRI. Roan Metals Group. Turn that scrap into cash.
Muncie Pharmacy is your locally owned hometown pharmacy. They accept most insurances, so why go to the large chain pharmacies when you get better customer service at Muncie Pharmacy? Have a special prescription that needs compounding? Muncie Pharmacy can handle those needs as well. Drive-through for your convenience and offers free delivery in the Oak Ridge area. And don't forget the gifts that we have available for all occasions.
Here at Muncie Pharmacy, we take the time to know you and treat you like family.
At Earl Duff Subaru, providing exceptional customer service is what we do best, and we've got the awards to prove it.
We've been recognized as Tennessee's only 9-time winner of the Love Promise Customer Commitment Award. And again this year, we also earned the Love Promise Community Commitment Award given for enhancing the areas we serve. At Earl Duff Subaru, we're more than just a car lot. We're a retailer you can love and one that gives back to local causes. Check out our reviews that come to Earl Duff Subaru in Harriman.
The 20 models are almost gone. Don't miss your chance to choose 0% financing on all remaining 20 Outback models at Earl Duff Subaru.
Live and Let Live Drugstore in downtown Rockwood is your gift destination. Shop the new plush selection for that special someone. We have Bath & Body Works popular fragrances and custom gift baskets too. Live and Let Live has a wide selection of gift and home decor for any occasion, from yard flags to selected jewelry, plus much more. We have Big Orange giftware always available year-round. And don't forget to enjoy a soda fountain treat while you shop. Live and Let Live Drugstore, Gift Shop, and Soda Fountain in downtown Rockwood.
Welcome back to the Locker Room Chat. And we'd like to thank Anderson County Mavericks for coming in tonight. Coach Cummings and some of his players, his son Stone Cummings, Russell Lindsay, Tanner Goins, and Sully Sexton. So thank them for being here. The last caller we had, he wanted me to ask them a question about which region they'd rather be in, and I think they said they probably would rather just play whoever they scheduled to play. But they enjoy playing Powell and South Doyle and some local teams, but they just enjoy winning, and we wish them luck the rest of the season as they go for another region championship Friday night. That game will be with East Hamilton. That'll be on Channel 95 ACTV. Let's bring you that one. Lee and Jared Fogarty and myself will be giving the broadcast of that game. That's ACTV, Channel 95. Also, the OEB Law game of the week. Turn our attention to that. This Friday night, we got a big game. Oliver Springs is at Cofield. Very big game for the Region 2 1A Championship. Oliver Springs Bobcats, they've won 4 in a row. And they're traveling to play the Cofield Yellow Jackets, who are ranked number 2 in the state, and they are 8-0. So that's this Friday night. Aaron Harvey and James Gibson will be bringing you the play-by-play of that game. That's this Friday night at 7:30, and that's the OEB Law game of the week. You can see that on BBB TV 12.com, also on Facebook and Roku TV and Comcast Channel 12. So that's a very big game for Oliver Springs and Cofield. It's sort of interesting. I read something. This will be the first time these two teams have met since the TSSAA went to the playoff format in 1969. This is the first time these two teams have met with the region championship on the line. It's sort of hard to believe, but if Cofield wins, they will win the region. If Oliver Springs win, they'll have, they still got to play Midway the last week, so Midway would have something to say. You could have a scenario where there's a three-way tie possibility, I believe, if I'm correct. But that's a big game this Friday night. Cofield going for it would be their first region championship since 2013. And if Oliver Springs, they're lucky enough to win out, they would win their first district or region championship since 2003 when they were in Class AA school. Oliver Springs leads the series with Cofield 31-17, and there's one tie. Also, last year, Oliver Springs defeated Cofield 27-0. I think it was in the rain. But Cofield has won 8 out of the last 10 games in the series, so it's going to be a great game. Oliver Springs has really been playing good football. They've won 4 straight after starting 0-4. Cofield has been off the last 2 weeks, so they'll be well rested. They got a COVID win over Greenback, and last week they had a bye week, so it's been since October the 2nd since Cofield has kicked off. So all their little nicks and bruises, they should be ready to go for Coach Henry, for Cofield, and Coach Green, Oliver Springs. Last week they defeated Oakdale 50-14. And it was a game, Oliver Springs had 337 yards rushing. And they've really been a running team this year, the Bobcats have, and their offensive line had a great game last week. Coach Green singled them out. Matt Johnson, Jaden Gilman, Brady Jackson, Evan Martin, and Owen Jackson make up offensive line for the Bobcats. The quarterback is Zach Elliott. He had a 59-yard touchdown run in that game. Also returned a kickoff, 76 yards for a touchdown. He also threw a touchdown pass to Ty Lamont. So also Gavin Hill, running back, had 8 carries, 77 yards, 2 TDs. Defensively, the leading tackler on the season, Jacob Heilman, he had 12 tackles and 3 tackles for a loss. Of course, Cofield coming in, being off. Seth Lau, the big running back, he's having an outstanding year for them. So Cofield's a little bit, they can throw it and run it. I believe the quarterback's a dual threat quarterback, so it should be an outstanding game there. Looking back at some of last week's games, we'll take a look back and we glance back and look ahead. We had Anderson County last week, 53-0 over Chattanooga Central. Anderson County was led in rushing by Gavin Noe, the sophomore sensation. Had 102 yards and had 1 TD on 9 carries. You see the Oak Ridge, let's go ahead and mention Anderson County here. Josh Miller, he's been scoring a lot of touchdowns this year. He added 2 more Eli Davis had a touchdown. Eli Braden caught a touchdown pass of 70 yards from Stone Hatmaker. Garrison Terry had an interception return for a touchdown. He also caught a 35-yard touchdown from Walker Martinez. So Anderson County going with the two-headed monster at quarterback, sort of switching them in and out. Stone Hatmaker and Walker Martinez, the sophomore. Zach Shannon led them in tackles with 6. Stone Cummings had 5. Anderson County ended up with 433 yards total offense and limited Chattanooga Central to only 21 yards. Let's go to the Oak Ridge game. Big win for the Wildcats. That's their biggest win of the year, 27-21 over Mount Juliet, 6A school. I saw where Coach Gaddis said, they played their best game last year against Mount Juliet and this year as well. He said he didn't know what brought out the best in them, but Oak Ridge really played a pretty good game overall. Had 384 total yards, and they limited Mount Juliet Golden Bears to only 134 yards of offense. See some other scores there. Fulton 33-26 over Campbell County. That was a really good game. Campbell County was driving with a chance to go ahead there late through an interception. And then Fulton ended up, I think they was backed up on maybe the 1 yard line after the interception, and they had a long touchdown run to go up to win by 7 with about a minute to go. Fulton has announced they're going to miss their next 2 games. They're supposed to play West this week and Oak Ridge the following week, but they will be they won't be playing those games due to the COVID situation. Coach Black announced. Of course, Fulton, with that win over Campbell County, they have secured a spot in the playoffs. I guess they will end up with the number 4 seed since they've had to cancel these last 2 games. Of course, that affects Oak Ridge. Their last game against Fulton is being canceled, so I think Oak Ridge is moving their senior night to this Friday against Powell. I do not know if they will be making up a game next Friday or playing another game. I saw where West supposed to play Fulton this Friday. They picked up Catholic to play, so the number 1 ranked West Rebels. That's a pretty good game for them to pick up. Private school Catholic should be a good test for them as they get closer to the playoffs. Throw those scores back up there, Dylan. Other games there, you see Oliver Springs over Oakdale, as we mentioned. Rockwood, big over Wartburg, 48-0. Rockwood is off this week. Midway, staying right in the hunt there in Region 2 1A. Big win over Sunbright, 45-15. I really like that Midway team. That quarterback, Emmett Hagelin, dual threat. He's a good-sized kid. Midway is fun to watch. Coach Treadway doing a great job there in his 2nd year for the Green Wave. Alcoa came into Kingston, 41-0 winners. Alcoa number 1 in the state in 3A. They ran the opening kickoff back for a touchdown and went on to win big. Alcoa, I think that was their 4th shutout on the season. It was an outstanding team there. Kingston as well, they have a good team. They have a chance to get 2nd in that region. Kingston going to play Pigeon Forge this week. I think they traveled to Pigeon Forge. And then after that, I think next week they get play Gatlinburg-Pittman. I think that will be probably for 2nd place in that region. Going back to Oak Ridge last week, Kendall Jackson had a big game, 171 yards rushing, had a couple of TDs as he's getting healthy back from his ankle injury. They have a big game with Powell this Friday night. To win, I think Oak Ridge can get second place in that region. So that's a huge game at Blankenship this Friday. Quarterback Mitchell Gibbons had a big game last week, 17 for 28, 206 yards. Jonathan Stewart went over 100 yards receiving. The freshman Brandon Hayward, 7 catches, 88 yards. Defensively, Cole Adams returned a fumble, 40 yards for a touchdown, and had 8 tackles. And the Wildcats were led by linebacker Jacob Bervin. He had 12 tackles as well. He's the leading tackler for the Wildcats. Other big games last week in the region here, or not in the region, but in the area. It was Elizabethton 44-10 over Greenville. That's a 4A, so that's a big matchup there. Anderson County will have to go through those teams once the playoffs start. But AC's got a big game with East Hamilton, so if they win that, I think Anderson County will be at home throughout the playoffs. So a big opportunity for Coach Gillum and the Mavericks. But it's Elizabethton 44-10 over Greenville. Farragut defeated Bearden 45-17 in a rivalry game there in West Knoxville. You had Carnes 40-30 over Heritage. Big night there for the running back. Bishop, I believe is his name. You had Deshaun Bishop. He had 49 carries for 342 yards and 6 touchdowns. That is the second time this year he's had 6 touchdowns. And the 49 carries, I think that's the second most in TWSAA history, I think. The second, 49 carries. I know it's in the top 5, top 4. Jeff Womack, Warren County, he has the record with 56 carries in a game. I actually saw Jeff Womack play for Warren County against Oak Ridge back in 1980, I believe it was, 79 or 80, in the playoff game at Blankenship on a cold night. But he was an outstanding running back. I think he went on to play for Memphis State. But, big game for Desmond Bishop. Central and Halls last week. Halls got a big upset. Halls got a big upset win over Central. I predicted that game. Thought the Red Devils might pull that one off, and they did. Of course, Central, a 2-time defending champion in 5A. We saw them last year lose a couple games towards the end of the season, and they end up winning the state. So it's possible as well that they could do that again. Going ahead and looking at the games this week. Well, I'll switch over to, real quick, to some soccer. Some girls soccer is going on. Region tournament locally, Kingston. They play tomorrow. They defeated Cumberland County 4-3. They are in the region championship tomorrow against Livingston Academy. So the Lady Yellow Jackets, they're guaranteed a sub-state berth. They go for a championship in soccer. Maryville, they knocked the Oak Ridge Lady Wildcats out in the region semis, 5-2. So congratulations, Lady Wildcats, on a good year as well. Football-wise, as we talked about, East Hamilton's at Anderson County. It's AC TV game, Channel 95. Be sure and check that out. Both teams 6-2 coming in. East Hamilton is rated number 9, Anderson County 8. East Hamilton lost last week to Walker Valley 40-12. 5A school. Walker Valley, pretty good school. 2 losses were to Bradley County and Ray County. Both of those are close games, so East Hamilton, a pretty tough competition there last week. They give me the Mavericks at home to win this game and win their 4th straight region championship. Clinton at Campbell County, it's a big game for Clinton. Clinton still looking for the first win. Campbell County had a tough loss last week. I think pretty much eliminated them from the region playoffs unless they could knock off West somehow next week. But that'll be an interesting game. That game is up in Campbell County. Dragons have been struggling offensively. They're going to have to score some points this week to win that game. Defense has been playing good, but give me the Cougars at home to win that game. Powell at Oak Ridge, as I mentioned, for 2nd place in the region. Give me the Panthers to win at Oak Ridge. Harriman is at Oakdale. I'm not sure. Harriman might not be playing. I'm not sure on that. What's that, Dylan? They don't know yet. Harriman's still up there over their COVID. They are got a chance for the playoffs still, so I'll take, if they play, I'll take Harriman. Kingston at Pigeon Forge, give me the Yellow Jackets. Wartburg's at Sunbright. That's 2 evenly matched teams right there. Give me Sunbright at home. South Doyle's at Central in a big game in that region. It's a Thursday night game tomorrow night. I'm going to pick the Bobcats to bounce back to win that game. Greenback's at Midway. Greenback hasn't played in about a month, but they go to Midway. Give me the Green Wave at home. Maryville's at McMinn County in a big game, a big region game. Both those teams 8-0. Jalen Hunt from McMinn County. I'm going to take upset there. Give me McMinn County to upset Maryville at home. McMinn County's been scoring a lot of points. You get a big test to Maryville. And Oliver Springs at Cofield. Give me the Yellow Jackets at home. OEB Law Game of the Week. And we'd just like to thank Anderson County for coming in. And we'll see you next week on the Locker Room Chat.